Why you wanna run away? Why you gotta be afraid?
So cute and festive. Go pack, go.
So I'm meeting a friend for breakfast and then I'm headed to school. So obviously the room has changed quite a bit since this summer. I obviously haven't been videoing a lot just because I've been very, very busy, but here's a little tour of what the room is looking like now, January 2nd of 2023. So you walk in the door. I've had the picture book version of the library over here. I have the big beanbag under here. And this is where all my like supply things are stored. This beanbag, as you can see, goes all the way under the bench, which is good because I really don't need one that big, but if I want to, I can pull it out. Up here we have those little cubes that I've showed in previous vlogs. Actually, the last vlog, I think I was building them. I now have tables, so there's a table here, there's a table there. The other table came missing legs and damaged, so eventually the bigger one will be over there and that one will be over here. This is like its own little quiet space, so like we'll move this whiteboard or this pocket chart to kind of cordon off the space so that an Opera and one student can work over here. I have a desk right there that kind of moves around, so sometimes it'll be up here, sometimes it's over here in this corner, just depending on where I need the students to be. So as you can see, I have some Velcro covering my reading curriculums. This one I didn't measure correctly, and I bought the fabric for a 3 and not a 4, so there's more coming for that. I have some of my math drawers up here. Over here, the reading curriculum. These are chairs. Most of the time, Opera's at this table, and I'm at the table right here. And then Opera's either working there or they're out and about with other kids in school. But then this is just extra work. So as you can see, the picture is from Thanksgiving, but it's actually a snowman one. This is the Play-Doh drawer. I change it out basically monthly, just some extra work stuff. If you're new here, this is the reason why I got moved into this room, because I needed a bathroom. So this is entirely new. I am putting out a video showing the process of what my room was like before. So this was the art room. So if I have that out already, take a look at that. Otherwise, it should be coming the video after this. But toilet, commode style chair, changing table, wombat chair. This is another commode style toilet. And then I also have a shower with this seat that comes down too. But mostly it's just a little storage area. We've only used it once this year so far. So over here is like our kitchen area. We generally use this as like a counter, but I have my games on this side. And then I have foundations, and then social skills things. Kids don't need to be in there, so it's just for me to be in. And then right here, eventually we'll have our imaginary oven, but for now, just where our food stuff is stored. So then if we're cooking with like the microwave, I'll carry the microwave from over here to over here. As you can see, I didn't pick up from when I was last here on Wednesday, whenever we last had school, but it's where the food stuff stays in those totes, and then it just goes on the floor. Eventually the oven will be here, and then we're going to do some sort of cabinetry up here, and then those bulletin boards won't be here. We're just covering the hole in the wall for where the oven exhaust plate is. It's chapter book, classroom library. I keep my teacher manuals that I'm using throughout the day right here. This is the Christmas stuff that has to go up. my file cabinets that used to be here 2 months ago. We moved them into the interventionist room. They're my LLI and my Wit and Wisdom core books, and so she uses them as much as I do, so we just moved them down there so I'd have more space. And it blocks off the second door in that room, so we can use it as a break room and not have to be worrying about having 2 exits to watch for kids leaving out of. A student bought me this for Christmas, so it's so funny. It you can tune it to the radio or you can change your voice, which is fun. And then back here is a big difference. Whiteboard got put on in maybe November or so. They just put my number line up. I've got my numbers here. 0, 9, and 10 fell down and are around here somewhere. Again, they just put this portion up for me maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, sometime during this break. This is my writing bulletin board. Generally, if you're using the writing board, you're sitting at this table, but you can also, like this garbage isn't generally here. This is not mine. So then you can pull up a chair and sit here and work there as well. This used to be on this wall, so we moved it to make our little divider area over there, but also now we have this little space that we can fold the nugget couch down. The bigger piece and the other piece of that is in a different room that someone was using, but then there's just another little break spot for kids to sit, or again can pull that desk that's sitting over there over here. And then got my fridge, microwave, this is the treadmill, it folds down, washer, dryer, the whole 9 yards. Prize door, still haven't put it on the door yet. And then this is kind of like our little para spot, I guess you could say. Para stuff, some of our walkies and other supplies. And then these, you'll recognize those from my old room. That just got put up sometime this week too, so I'm excited to put some stuff there. So yeah, the room has changed quite a bit compared to first day of school when we had piles of things absolutely everywhere.
My toxic trait is picking up things, moving them to the table to leave them there to deal with. But do I deal with it? No, I don't.
Now to do the dishes I apparently didn't do before break. Monica. This week's news to you is a good one. The National Western Stock Show. I think my kids would eat just the normal hot dogs. I don't see any of them having a chili dog, but we can have rodeo hot dogs. So generally, we look at the vocabulary words for the week. We will read the entire article together. We'll talk about things. Sometimes there's links where you can click to learn more, so we'll explore. And then at the very end, we will do this one. I have all the kids do this one. All the kids do this one, because the who, what, when, where, whys is something we work on all the time. And then my older kids like this crossword one. This is the basic version, so just one across is just learn, but they also have other versions where you can do higher. So then it's harder questions and harder words and more content knowledge. Or there's simplified, which is even less than regular. And they have a text version only too. And then usually there's extension activities. So more things that you can learn, more questions you can talk about. Usually we let the computer do the reading. We take turns touching the screen. I don't have them read this, and then we just ask more questions, answer more questions. Sometimes there's videos. Yeah, so we can learn about cows, chickens, and pigs. I mean, we live in Wisconsin, so we're pretty familiar with those, but we like a good video. Then the rest of the week in small group, they're working on the activities that I've given them. So if they're younger, generally they've worked on their matching, and then as they get older, there's more reading comprehension that they're working on. Got tracing, cursive, cut and paste, mazes. It's great. So there's always a recipe, a craft, and a science experiment. This week it looks like we're making a horse art. So craft uses small pieces of tissue paper that have been torn or cut. We like a tear craft. And then you put yarn on the horse's mane and on their tail. How cute! And then at first I thought this was going to just be your typical egg drop where you put, like packing peanuts and styrofoam and bubble wrap in a box. And we did that last year for something else, and it was an entirely giant mess. But it looks like we're working on making a mixture called a non-Newtonian fluid. So cornstarch, basically just cornstarch and water, and then eggs, which the fun thing is I have eggs in the fridge that I know have gone bad because they've been in there a while, and then we lost power for like 2 days here. So this is perfect. I have cornstarch here and I have water here. And so basically I just have to scrounge up some bread twist ties and I'll be good to go with this. So right now I'm going through and I'm finding the things that I need the printed version, ULS, which is that one, Unique Learning System. So right now this is what I got so far. So this is stuff that would show on the student's screen. So van begins with van, say van, and then they would pick the one that makes the van right there. So this is digital for them on their iPad or their computer, but then there's also other ones, but it's a lot easier for us to do the Velcro manipulatives or do the actual writing. So sometimes we'll do Velcro and then we'll do the digital version, and sometimes what I print just replaces what they're doing. So like right here, write the lowercase letter, trace the lowercase letter. It's hard to trace using a touchpad on a computer, so it's just much easier to do the printing version. For this one, they've got one just for present. They've got this one that's past, present, and they got this one for past, both, and present. So this is the one I always print. And then I'll print something like this, so then we can do the Velcro to sort them into their categories, and then they would then do it again onto their computer. It's such a bummer not having an oven because this looks so fun, and it'd be something the kids could make pretty easily. And I have an air fryer, but I don't know how well a biscuit would do in an air fryer. I mean, I guess I could try it out at home first, but When I'm doing ULS and I'm setting up for the unit, I always make sure to set it like 2 or 3 days after I come back from a break, a holiday, or the end of the month, just because all of this takes forever to laminate and cut. So the best thing I ever did was giving myself like 2 or 3 days so I wouldn't have to be struggling to get all this done by tomorrow. I've got 2 days for myself and my paras to laminate and cut this beast. Which, granted, there's 4 books in here that are various levels, so those don't require as much cutting. And then, something I like to do, so some of my students, yes, the names are cut off on the top, that's why it's cropped weird in this picture. You'll see this group's working on tumble books, this group's doing unique math, this one's doing unique reading, and this one is doing boom cards. So boom cards is a website where you can basically so a kid can do this on their own. And so this right now, I have this set up for my 5th graders, and at first it was just my 5th graders that used it, but then I had bought a license already, because if you don't have the paid version, you can only have 5 kids, and I have more than 5 kids, so I just paid, I don't know, it's like $2 a month or something to get the full version, and in the long run, it's worth it. It makes it a really nice center rotation spot for me, and then it's very independent. The kids don't need a para, so I have the entire 5th grade class now uses my assignments that I have listed out for them, so that's kind of cool. But some of them are like simple like this, airless, dogs coloring matching. I have all sorts of ones. Some of these are free. You can get them on TPT, and then you can get them on the boom cards, or you can go into the store right here and pay for those, but I've never done that. I always just go through TPT. So because news to you and our ULS books are very Western in the past, I like to go, so something like that is absolutely perfect. Not the states, but the counting, the numbers, rounding. My 5th graders are really struggling with that. So basically, I would add to cart. Our PTO gives us $125 a year to spend on whatever we want. I have a pile of receipts, actually. That bright pink paper is actually my PTO reimbursement paper, and the receipts from things in August and September that I haven't done yet, but I'll print out this receipt and add it to my pile over there. I do spend money on my classroom, and I'm not afraid to spend money on my classroom, but then also something like YouTube, and then any of my like links that you might click on that are affiliate links, like I make money off of those, so it almost evens it out in my mind, at least, that yeah, I spend money on my classroom, but sometimes my little filming gives me money to put back into my classroom, so I don't mind spending money in my classroom. It's also one of my future goals to figure out how to do boom cards, because it seems pretty easy. You're basically making a background and graphics, and then you are changing the graphics for each slide. In theory, it's very simple. It's maybe something I'll look into this summer, because I could then make my own and not have to buy them, because I'm very capable of technology stuff like that. Okay, so this next thing is from something called the Enchanted Little Learning Corner. I first discovered them on Instagram because I was looking for more writing activities that my students could easily do with paras, and I didn't have to be prepping things every single day. And this, well, it's wonderful. So the bulletin board from that part up always is the same. It's just always the same sight words, the same sentence stems that shows up in the writing, and the same alphabet, the colors, the numbers, you get it. The vocabulary changes each month, so I have the sheets like this that you can pull off and take, or you can just pull off the individual one. So that's December's, and I'm going to be honest, we're going to keep doing that this week because we had a lot of illnesses, a lot of snow days, a lot of kids gone, so we have a lot of December left, so we're just going to do another week of December. And that also works because there's several gingerbread related things for ULS, like these gingerbread cookies I bought, where you put them in different bowls and see how fast they run, aka sync. But basically, you get the cover sheet, which this one is so cute. Looks like we're learning about hibernation this month. And then there's the vocabulary. You can also do the smaller ones like bookmarks. If it is small enough that it fits on one page and I can make it a bookmark, I'll do that, but not this month. So then this would go into their folder. So depending on the day, they'll just flip through and they'll pick 2 or 3 to do each day during their writing time. And I've been really happy with it so far, and I'm happy that I bought it. Again, this is just another vlog of all the things that I keep buying for my classroom. It also comes with a bulletin board project that you can do monthly, so sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I like the penguin version. I like Into Winter. I don't know if waddling is one that I would use. I might find. And then they have this one. So they have a social emotional. So there's a social story. There's a little flip book craft. There's a bulletin board. First 2 weeks of school, this one. Then I'll do this one. Or sometimes I don't do it at all. And then they have activity tubs. This is the stuff I have in here. So you'll see there's 219 pages. A lot of this I don't do, and some of it, like this, I have from last month. So, and I don't do this because I don't want to be dealing with cotton balls. But basically they're thinking, like, if you have an empty classroom and you need something to do or a quick filler activity, I think this curriculum is meant for like preschool, kindergarten level. So you could do this with like a center activity. So pom-pom picture sounds like a nightmare for me, but there's other ones that I do. I've done geo boards on occasion, just sometimes I get very tired of the rubber bands flying everywhere, so maybe in February we'll bring it back, but I don't want to deal with it. But you'll see it's just all themed to that certain month. Play-Doh, looks like we're learning about the weather. A little lunch break, courtesy of Hy-Vee. I also need to gather up the rest of my Christmas things. All of these fell off of that big old window and they're just sitting right there. It's the little window plings. So this is a little collection I need to take home / leave in my car. Pile I need to laminate. I'm gonna eat my little brownie that I got from Hy-Vee while I wait for the laminator to start on up, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the gold.
So here's everything I laminated. It's quite a lot. It's gonna take a while, but we're gonna have to push to get it done because we're starting the new unit on Thursday, and most of that is the new ULS unit. Some of the new SKU is sprinkled in there, so I'll dig that out tomorrow morning. From the last time we laminated, I have this social story of, you know, O, pees in the toilet, P, pees in the toilet. So hopefully by the time you get to the end of the alphabet, the student has gone in the toilet, hopefully. And then this was supposed to be for the week before winter break. The gingerbread unit by Made For Me Literacy. It's a freebie. Check it out if you haven't seen it before. And so because Made For Me Literacy is gingerbread and my writing is gingerbread, we're just going to keep on gingerbreading until we finish this stuff this week, and then we'll flip from that writing to the nocturnal writing. But as you can see, it's dark out. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I'm gonna head home. Hopefully we have school tomorrow and there is no snow day shenanigans. 2-hour delay, that's acceptable. No school? No, not acceptable. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.